They located the incident scene, which was contained to one room. They discovered the body of a deceased white male and a white female who had been injured. She was subsequently transported to the emergency room where she unfortunately later passed away. First and foremost, the individuals involved in this are not any current employees or patients of the hospital. The hospital is still operating and is not on any lockdown status. We are in the process of conducting our investigation, interviewing family members and staff of the hospital who were present. Initially, it does appear to be a murder-suicide, but it is very early in our investigation and we still have many other interviews to do.
Was the situation taken care of prior to doing evacuation? Was it handled very quickly? Or?
Yes, we treated it as an active shooter since we had so many calls about shots, so deputies immediately responded. Again, they were there within 2 minutes and secured and located that room, so there was no need to evacuate. They knew the threat was gone. They did search, continue to search, but they identified it to be solely occurring in that room.
Was there any witnesses to it?
Again, very early in the investigation, we're in the process of that. You can imagine there was a lot of chaos just to make sure all the other patients were okay, and family members concerned for patients here and their staff that probably worked here.
Do you all have surveillance in the areas where this occurred that would provide any clues to the events that unfolded?
We are working with hospital security right now. There is security footage throughout the hospital, and we're in the process of getting that, as well as our interviews.
You said they weren't patients, employees, so they visited somebody in that room?
Yes, and we will be releasing the name of the victim. I'm not going to get into the relationship to the individual, the suspect at this point, because like I said, it's too early, and we still want to have respect for the family. But the female victim was Alana Tedesco, date of birth 8/22/74.
Was she a current patient there?
No, it was no patients or employees of the hospital, current employees of the hospital at this point.
So the scene is
Yes. And again, very early, we're not going to get into the specifics at this time. I don't want to tell you anything that's inaccurate.
Can you tell us what procedures or what actions took place as far as the hospital security and you guys securing?
And I can't speak to that. You'd have to talk to hospital personnel.
You guys got on scene, your first action.
Right. We take over, make sure where the threat is. They identified where the threat was and that it was eliminated, and then secured the scene and just made sure all the surrounding patients and everybody else was okay.
The security staff that's there, are they trained to handle these type of situations, or was it actually police?
The sheriff's office, I mean, we are trained to do that, and when we come immediately, again, I'd have to refer you to hospital staff for those questions.
Do you know anything about the policy regarding firearms inside that building? Is that something that the sheriff's office is aware of when they walk into a building?
At that point, all we're doing is trying to address that situation and make sure the threat's gone for any other patients and the employees of the hospital. Again, I'd have to refer you to the hospital staff for those kind of questions.
What can you tell us inside right now? Are there a section of the hospital blocked off, or what is the limitation?
The hospital is working, they're functioning, they're doing their best. Of course, their employees are traumatized as well. But it is contained to an area, a hospital on the 3rd floor, that we're maintaining security, and they're taking care of the patients around that area.
It's a large complex. Is it the main hospital or one of these other?
It's the main hospital. All right, guys, thank you.
All right, you've been listening to a live news conference with the representative there from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office on this shooting that happened about 7 o'clock this morning at Florida Hospital on East Fletcher Avenue near Bruce B. Downs, right across from the USF campus here. Apparently it was a murder. What we're hearing now is looks like a murder-suicide at this hospital on the 3rd floor. A man walked in, apparently shot a woman there, and then shot himself. That woman survived for a while, but apparently we're hearing that she has passed away, and the shooter also is dead. They are the only victims in this shooting. The hospital is operating normally. Police continue to investigate. We'll have more from Adam Weiner, who is live at the scene here in just a few minutes. Stay with us.